Take a drive through any upper middle class neighborhood in America tonight. Look at the driveways. You will see something that would have been impossible just 3 years ago. $80,000 luxury SUVs sitting parked, tucked away behind closed garage doors, or left out in the cold while the owners drive a cheap 10-year-old commuter car to work instead. For the last decade, the American consumer has been obsessed with size. We wanted bigger screens, 3 rows of seating, aggressive grills, and massive wheels. The SUV was the ultimate symbol that you had finally made it. But right now, a massive psychological shift is happening across the country. Millions of Americans are quietly handing back the keys. They are ditching their massive SUVs. And the real reason has nothing to do with saving the environment. It has everything to do with financial survival. Before we break down the brutal math that is crushing SUV owners, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you do not miss our next deep dive into this collapsing auto market. To understand why Americans are abandoning SUVs in record numbers, you have to understand how they were tricked into buying them in the first place. Automakers do not push SUVs because they are inherently better vehicles. They push SUVs because they have massive, almost unbelievable profit margins. It costs a manufacturer only slightly more in raw materials to build a midsize SUV than it does to build a standard sedan. But they can charge 20, 30, or even $40,000 more for the final product. They convince the public that you absolutely need 3 rows of seats for a family of 4. They convince you that you need all-wheel drive and 9 inches of ground clearance just to drive to a paved grocery store parking lot. During the era of 0% interest rates, buyers swallowed the bait. They financed 70, 80, and $90,000 land yachts. They stretched the loans to 84 months to hide the true cost. But cheap debt is gone, and the hidden costs of driving a heavy, oversized vehicle are suddenly destroying household budgets. The first hidden killer of the SUV dream is the physical weight of the vehicle itself. Over the last 10 years, SUVs have become dangerously heavy. Add hybrid batteries, massive luxury interiors, and oversized safety frames, and you have everyday passenger vehicles weighing well over 6,000 pounds. And the laws of physics do not care about your 84-month loan. When you drive a 6,000-pound vehicle, you destroy consumables at an alarming rate. Let us talk about tires. When you buy a massive SUV with 22-inch wheels, replacing those tires is a financial nightmare. A good set of 4 premium tires for a heavy luxury SUV now costs upwards of $1,600. And because the vehicle is so heavy, you are not getting 50,000 miles out of them. Many SUV owners are shocked to find their tires are completely bald after just 25,000 miles. Brakes are next. Stopping 3 tons of metal in stop-and-go traffic completely eats through brake pads and rotors. A standard brake job that used to cost $400 on a sedan is now a $1,200 repair bill at the dealership. And this is money that you cannot finance. This is cash that has to come directly out of the owner's pocket. Cash that most Americans no longer have. If you are realizing exactly how expensive the car industry has actually become, subscribe right now to join the smartest community of buyers on the internet. But tires and brakes are just paper cuts compared to the real reason people are ditching their SUVs. The ultimate deal breaker is car insurance. Right now, America is in the middle of a historic auto insurance crisis. Premiums have skyrocketed across the board for everyone. But if you drive a modern SUV, you are taking the absolute worst of the damage. Why? Because these vehicles are too expensive to fix. Modern SUVs are packed with sensors, cameras, radar systems, and complex LED lighting integrated right into the bumpers and windshields. A minor fender bender in a grocery store parking lot is no longer a $500 dent repair. It is a $4,000 calibration nightmare. Insurance companies are losing billions of dollars trying to repair these heavy, hyper-complex vehicles, so they are passing the cost directly to the consumer. Families who were paying $150 a month to insure their SUV 2 years ago are suddenly opening renewal letters for $350 a month. That is an extra $2,400 a year, just for the privilege of driving the vehicle legally. When you add a $900 monthly loan payment, $350 for insurance, and the soaring cost of premium fuel to move a heavy truck around town, the math completely collapses. The SUV is no longer a status symbol. It is a financial prison. Let us talk about the gas pump. During the pandemic, nobody cared about miles per gallon because nobody was driving to the office. Now the daily commute is back. Driving a massive, blocky SUV with the aerodynamics of a refrigerator on the highway is a brutal experience. Averaging 16 miles to the gallon when fuel prices are volatile is draining average families of an extra $200 to $300 a month compared to driving a standard commuter car. And the consumer is finally waking up. They are looking at their driveway and doing the brutal math. They are paying $1,500 a month just to keep a massive steel box sitting outside their house. So they are making the only logical choice left. They are trying to get rid of it. And this is where the panic truly sets in. Because when these buyers take their gas guzzling SUVs back to the dealership to trade them in for something smaller and cheaper, they hit a brick wall. The dealership looks at the giant SUV, then they look at the market data, and they realize something terrifying. Nobody wants used, expensive SUVs right now. The used car lots are already overflowing with them because everyone is trying to do the exact same thing at the exact same time. When millions of people try to ditch the same type of vehicle simultaneously, the trade in value plummets. The dealership tells the owner that their $70,000 SUV is now only worth $45,000, but the owner still owes $60,000 on the loan. They are buried in $15,000 of negative equity. They cannot sell it without writing a massive check. They cannot keep it because the insurance and gas are bleeding them dry. They are completely trapped in a vehicle that is too big, too heavy, and too expensive for their actual life. But for the buyers who can afford to escape, we are seeing a massive shift in consumer behavior. The era of the giant American land yacht is coming to a violent end. People are trading down. They are actively walking away from three-row monsters and going back to smaller crossovers, compact hybrids, and yes, even traditional sedans. A vehicle that gets 40 miles to the gallon, costs a fraction of the price to insure, and does not require $2,000 tire replacements is suddenly looking very attractive. This is terrifying for the major automakers. Companies like Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis abandoned small cars years ago. They bet their entire corporate future on Americans continuing to buy massive, heavy, overpriced SUVs forever. They built their entire factory infrastructure around high margin land yachts. And now the consumer is rejecting the product. If you want to stay ahead of this market crash and know exactly which vehicles to avoid, hit the subscribe button. We are exposing the truth every single week. This is not a temporary dip in sales. This is a structural collapse in consumer demand. The American middle class has finally reached the absolute limit of their borrowing capacity. They can no longer absorb the cost of inflated stickers, massive loan interest, hyperinflated insurance, and brutal maintenance costs. The SUV bubble was built on cheap money and financial illusions. And now that the money is expensive and the illusion is shattered, the market is correcting with extreme prejudice. The driveways of America are about to look very different. The next time you see a massive luxury SUV struggling to parallel park, do not envy the driver, because behind the tinted windows, there is a very high chance they are doing the exact same math we just did, and they are counting down the days until they can finally hand those keys back and escape the trap. Drop a comment below and tell us if you have noticed more people trying to downsize their vehicles recently, and we will see you in the next investigation.